This is a HeadGum original.
In 1977, NASA sent 2 solid gold records into space so that aliens might find them and understand life on Earth.
I send greetings on behalf of the people of our planet and friendly wishes to all who may encounter this Voyager.
Now, we're making new records with our friends.
Hola y saludos a todos.
We step out of our solar system into the universe seeking only peace and friendship. We know full well that our planet and all its inhabitants are but a small part of this immense universe that surrounds us.
Hello from the children of planet Earth.
Well. Shelby,
Caleb,
how are you?
living the dream.
Are you? That's so cool.
What are you doing?
I am living the dream. That's why I was surprised to hear you say that, because I only thought a couple of us could do that at a time. So it's shocking to hear that it's you and
It's
me.
exciting. I think it is exciting and I would say powerful when two friends get to live the dream at the same time.
Right, because a lot of times, unfortunately, enemies are living the dream at the same time.
And
you
then
hate to see that.
the dream becomes sort of like a nightmare within a dream.
Well, all dreams become nightmares if you stay in them long enough. I've never said that before, but it kind of felt profound. I will say it felt a little bit profound, right?
I think it probably is, and I think it's probably true, but it did make me go.
I mean, damn, should I be a poet?
Yes.
I think I just learned that there's a disco ball in the place that I'm staying. Like the light, there's something going on with the lights that makes me think there's little speckles on the wall of light. I think, oh, there is a disco ball in here. Wow, okay.
Oh my God, that changes the entire vibe of the house.
Yeah, I mean, no, the house has disco ball vibes, I guess.
Okay.
But it's definitely right now, it's definitely a learning, and the lighting is changing every time I move my face.
Caleb, do you want to know how I'm being innovative in this moment? How I'm sort of changing the game?
Well, I always want to know how you're being innovative, babe. Would you please tell me?
Well, I forgot my mic stand, something that our editor and our producer have sort of said, Shelby, the way that you move when you record is not conducive to a podcast. You need to have a stationary mic. And I was nervous that if I held it, they'd get upset with me. And famously, I can't handle that. So what I did was I put my mic in a little shoe.
Oh, that could have either been cute or scary to me, and I think I've gone with scary. I don't like Little Boot.
It's from a teddy bear. Does that make it like?
No, I don't like Little Boot, and I don't want to see Little Boot.
This is the
no,
Little Boot.
No, don't show me Companion. Don't show me Little Boot Companion.
Come on, enjoy Boot.
Okay,
Enjoy
is
the
kind
Little
of cute.
Boot. Das Boot.
The Das Boot. Das Boot. Come on. I was just in Kansas City, and the Airbnb I stayed in had an Amazon locker, and its name was Gumboots. And every time I walked by it, I would say, "Hey, Gumboots."
Okay, cute. Not Amazon
Kinda
being
cute.
cute.
I know Amazon's entering their cute era. Fuck.
Fuck.
It's really not good for us.
The last thing we needed.
I did not want to see Amazon enter their cute era, but here we are.
But here we are. The big bad company is, well, ultimately
Big bad companies
getting
can
cute.
be cute. Big bad companies can be really cute. Look at Nike. They've been cute before. Just do it.
And they've also
Cute.
been big bad. They've been both.
They've been big bad.
They've been big bad, and they've been big cute.
Yeah. Hey, wait. Oh, Shelby, I have to do something really quick. Hold on. Hey, Los Angeles little freaks. It's Caleb. On April 12th in Los Angeles, I'm doing a show, Caleb Heron with Friends at Largo. Go buy your tickets now and come on out. We're bound to have a good time. Shelby, can you be on that, by the way?
Yeah, I can.
I meant to text you today. I didn't know if you'd be in town.
Yeah, I'll be in town.
Okay. Caleb and Shelby re-entering their doing a show together era.
Caleb and Shelby doing shows together era. So I guess you guys should go to like. I wasn't going to engage in the advertisement, but now
Now it seems beneficial
now
too.
it seems like it might help me out if you guys go ahead and Now it feels like it could help me out a little.
It could help me out if you guys came too. It'd be really fun. The lineup's really good.
What if the way we asked people to go to shows was to just go, please help us out.
Give us a gosh darn break.
God, like, please just fucking help us out. Like, it's so embarrassing if no one's there. So just like help us out, show up, and drink a little.
I as you know, just got to Chicago and I'm here for the week. And so I did what you do when you get to a city. You text people you used to hook up with and see if they want to get together. And I texted this guy that I used to hook up with here, and he texted back in like 20 minutes, like pretty quick for one of those texts, and was like, "Hi, so sorry, I have a boyfriend, but wouldn't be opposed to getting a drink." And I was like, That's
not what this is, my love.
So not what we're doing.
Oh.
That's so not what we're doing. It's crazy.
Oh, my little puppet, I don't want to drink.
I'm not like desperate for somebody to hang out with on the trip. I'm pretty full on that.
I don't want companionship. I want sex. And if you're not going to give me the second, I definitely don't want the first.
Yeah, I'm actually willing to see fewer of my friends in order to have sex with you. I'm definitely not willing to not have sex with you and
add a friend
see
onto
you.
the list if I'm not going to get any.
Hello. I was just like, I mean, with all due respect, that's just not what we're doing.
That's just... It's the blatant disregard for what something is. If you have a clear set boundary or not boundary, I guess boundary, but just like parameters of a relationship. It's like, we do this thing. In this instance, it's sex.
Right.
Just don't try and make a change to that.
And in addition to that, by the way, Shelby, I love what you've posited here, but just to sort of snowball on that a little bit. I am not looking for friends. Period. I don't know how to tell gay men on dating apps this, or gay men in general. I'm not looking for friends. I have friends. I'm a chock full on friends. It's so crazy to me, the number of people on dating apps that will have like...
And I'm glad you were addressing this, because I, as one of your friends, am starting to feel like he should slow down, or at some point I get booted off the roster. So,
honey, I don't want anymore. At this point, if I'm talking, okay, I'll say gay men specifically. If you're an attractive gay man, especially if we're talking on a dating app, there is a 0% chance I'm trying to be friends.
That being said, if you're a lesbian, Caleb would love to take you onto the team.
Yeah, if you're a lesbian, I would love to buy you dinner platonically. In general, if you're a lesbian, hit me up. I want to be friends. Especially if you do.
Especially if you do what?
I was just gonna say, if you have a trade, if you play an instrument, or you fix pipes, you're a carpenter or something. If you're a handy lesbian of some
sort. The first thing I thought of was a cobbler when you said a trade.
Oh yeah, if you're a cobbler, if you
I was like, yeah, I guess if they do fix shoes. What?
Lesbians with special skills, enter my DMs. I want to know you.
Hey, every lesbian has at least one special skill. Speaking of lesbians,
wait. What was that? What did you do? You tried so hard. You tried so hard to move on. Were you talking about eating pussy?
No. I am gonna keep moving on.
Pegging? What were you doing?
No. I'm gonna go ahead and move.
One special skill.
I just was having fun. Guys, speaking of lesbians, one of the straightest women we know.
Yeah. One of the straightest young women.
One of the straightest young women that we have the pleasure of calling a friend.
Just got engaged to a man.
Romantically. Not for like,
that's the credit. Oh my God, Laura's gonna be pissed about this. That's the credit. Just got engaged. Brilliant comedian. We're like, oh, this young woman.
This young woman is finally gonna belong to a man.
Please put your paws and fins and hands together for our dear friend. I did. I said brilliant comedian.
Oh, that's true. She's a stand-up. She's from Nashville. She's so smart and funny and kind, I'd say.
Yeah, she's amazing.
And finally, we'll have a man to agree.
Laura Peak. Laura, make some noise.
She's connecting.
Look at my ancient headshot. Jesus Christ. Whoa! Get me out of here. Save me from myself. Hi.
She's a celebrity. Get her out of here.
Laura, you look like you're floating in not space, but nothingness.
Either. Totally either. You know what? That was for my boyfriend who was showering behind me. We'll go ahead and get a regular background going.
Sorry, not boyfriend.
Fiance, more like.
Sorry.
Show that ring off, girl.
Fiance.
Yeah, please get it fucking right when you're on our podcast. Jesus Christ.
Jesus, Laura.
I've missed you both very much. How are you?
Kiss, kiss. Missing you, loving you.
Always.
Are you on the road right now? Oh, no, I guess you're in LA.
Yes, I'm home. It feels good. Where are y'all? Are you here?
No.
I'm in Chicago.
Oh, how long are you there for? Are you doing shows?
Yeah, doing a couple at the Hideout. I'm just here for a couple days, like 4.
I love it.
And I'm in
Shelby, are you around
Cleveland.
me? Oh my God.
I know, you could feel the distance.
I can feel the Cleveland energy coming off you right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It's radiating. It's absolutely radiating.
Yeah, I'm gonna drink like a Great Lakes beer or something and just really lean in.
Shelby never wears it on the podcast, but one of her favorite hats is a Chief Wahoo hat. She loves it.
Oh
She
my-
wears it. Anytime she's not on camera, she wears that thing like crazy.
Damn it. I was going to say, let's grab it. I want to see it really bad.
No, I'm sure somewhere in this house though there's like an old Chief Wahoo hat from like 96, if I'm being honest. But it doesn't even, I don't think it would belong to me.
Oh, I bet
It will if you pop her on.
Yeah, if you pop her on, it would.
If you pop her on,
Just
it's
pop
yours.
her on. Got to pop her on, take ownership.
Pop her on. Did you guys ever, when you were in high school, drink vodka?
No.
No.
What?
It was our vodka.
That
Had some.
was more expensive than was a plastic handle that you could get for about $8.
Comparable? We did sometimes.
The ones that make the seasonings? I've never had vodka.
That's vodka, right? I think that was one.
It looks like,
I
yeah,
think
they
that's-
do have vodka. You know what? Yes, it's very comparable. Same.
$bucks.
Did anybody do?
Chewing tobacco?
Yeah. Same.
No.
We
We
did
had a lot
not
of-
do the vodka, but the
Oh.
boys that I knew growing up were really, really, really into chew.
Oh yes. Yeah. They dipped, and it was the same.
Kidding.
It was the same company. First time I got drunk.
I said hot, but I was kidding.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know if I
That's
thought it
not.
was hot. I actually think I actively was upset by it most of the time.
I not only found it unattractive, I also had a very political resistance to it. I was like, that's so, it felt very Republican to be chewing tobacco at that
It
time.
is. And all the boys in my high school would have the little cylinder in their back pocket, and it would be
That
like
kind
faded.
of was hot. That part was
The jeans, the little
That was a
cylinder in the
little
jeans
hot.
was a little bit hot. They would
because
always
they'd wear
be at
those
the-
tight jeans. You
Yeah,
remember?
yeah. In the South, and they would always be at the pep rally and have the little like outline on their butts. It was hot.
And like Justin Boots. You remember?
Yes. Yeah. Oh my God.
I'll say there's nothing clearer that someone just like wants to be accepted than getting into chewing tobacco, because every
That's so
time
true.
you would hear someone did it for their first time, it was like, he was puking in the library for 4 hours, like had such a bad day, one of the worst times of his life. And it's like, why did he do? And then the next kid to do it, it's like, you saw what happened to like Pete. Why would you do
got
it?
Pete.
You have to teachers. You saw what happened to Pete in the library.
You saw what happened to Pete. For real. We don't talk about Bruno. We don't talk about what happened to Pete. Guys, when Shelby said library, it reminded me of one of the hardest times I've ever laughed. And it was in high school. We had this librarian who I actually think
you
was,
should have been quiet. It was the library.
Well, honey, it gets to that point. I think she actually was sweet, and maybe we were all just fucking horrible. But we hated her at the time, and she.
So many teachers like that. So many teachers where
I
you're
know.
like, what a huge fucking bitch. Then you're looking back and you're like, just kind of cared was sort of their whole thing.
A lot.
you
Really
look back-
sweet.
you
Really
look
out of her
back
way
and you
nice.
go, oh, she dressed up for every Spirit Day. I think she might have been the sweetest.
It's really
of
cool.
us.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
But she was kind of strict, and one day, my I wouldn't say my friend necessarily, but a guy in my class was sleeping during study hall in the library, and she goes, she goes, Justin, wake up, or you'll be sleeping with me after school. And what she was threatening was detention, but we were like, "You're gonna fuck Justin?
You get in enough trouble, and I will get a little bit.
She
better
fucking
get in line,
loves
brother,
a
or
bad
else.
boy.
And we, oh my God, the way we laughed. And then she got mad at us for laughing.
Well,
And
she was
like,
embarrassed.
You know what I meant?
She was
Well, right. She threatened to fuck a student.
You get angry and kind of miss your words up a little bit. You'll be sleeping.
Yeah, you better get your words right if you're gonna fuck with. That's the worst part about being a teacher is teens will catch the only slip up you've ever had. You will die with that on your gravestone. It'll be like slept with Justin. LOL. It's like what?
What did she say?
Dog, it's so funny.
Speaking of strict teachers that ultimately, Caleb, I might have told you this story before, but
I'm sure you have.
was in trouble a lot in high school. That was sort of my whole deal. But never for like being mean. Like it was always like didn't do her homework enough or like cheated on a test. Like
You were chilling too hard.
yeah, I was really fucking cool. I was really cool, and the powers that be didn't want to see that happen.
Well, they hate to see girls win.
Yeah,
They do.
which was crazy because I went to an all-girls school, so I was like, one of us has to.
This has to be cool as hell.
One of us has to win. One of us has to win.
I will say, Shelby, in your defense, there was a concerning lack of respect for chill girls in the decade prior to this one. I think we're entering a golden era for chill girls, but it was you really in 2013, 12ish, or for you a couple years prior because of your age. The chill girl was not getting respect.
Thank you. I agree. And so what ended up happening was senior year of high school, there was a rule at my school where like if you were a senior, you had senior privileges, but if you were in any sort of trouble, like they could take you on like the senior privileges exempt list and then you wouldn't be able to have those privileges. And one of those privileges was open campus. You could leave campus. I was not allowed to have privileges because of the way that I behaved. And I had like 2 free periods back to back and I said, I'm getting a virgin smoothie. I'm getting a smoothie for my health. I'm going to leave campus. I said, no, who will even know I left? I have no one in charge of me right now. I left school. I come back. The nicest math teacher that I've ever had turned me in. And I was like, and I went to the...
I'm on her side.
I'm
on her side. Senior privileges.
There are rules.
His side. It was a boy.
His side.
You're joining.
Senior
You're
privileges.
taking men over women.
Well, I actually was being very feminist because you said nicest person you'd ever met, and I was like, that has to be a woman.
No, that's a woman.
No, he
I'm
was
on her
so
side.
sweet.
I'm on
He was
his
a
side.
single dad of 2 daughters. Really kind guy.
There has to be rules for senior privileges, or else what makes it a privilege?
That you're
Exactly.
a senior. You went through 3 years of high
No,
school to get the
Shelby.
privilege. So anyway,
No,
I got
baby
in
girl.
trouble, and I had. There was this thing at my school called Honor Council, which was like school court, and every
Would you go to fucking Hogwarts?
Hell,
I was if you were best girl, you got to leave campus.
put me before the other.
You dork
there
ass.
was an honor council, and it was school court. It was like a bunch of students and teachers that were voted to be like the court, and you would have to go in and like plead your case, and they would determine what your punishment was. Anyway, you were
And
supposed
Professor McGonagall was particularly strict.
but you were supposed to. If you ever went more than once, you were supposed to get suspended or expelled. Like it was like you don't go to honor council more than once. And this was like gonna be my 10th time going to honor council. And to me, that was a pretty clear like I'm gonna finally lose my ability to attend the school. They're gonna say we've had enough. So I went to the guidance counselor to like figure out what to do before it got back to me. Like the trouble had started, but nobody had come to me yet. I knew it was happening, and I went to the the guidance counselor, and she was like, what we need to do is get and I hate to play into the Hogwarts thing, but the dean of discipline to come. You have to go admit to her what you
The
did.
dean, I'm sorry. The dean of discipline.
the Duke of done wrong.
And what you guys can probably
being
assume,
inappropriate.
well, you can probably assume about the dean of discipline is that she wasn't known for being nice. Like she was known for being one of the meanest people
No,
in the world.
shit.
So strict, so scary, so incredibly just like run away when you see her in the halls. And the guidance counselor was like, you have to confess to her what you did before it gets to her. And I was like,
Confess.
Go before her before she hears it through the grapevine. Is that right?
What a wild draconian school. This is why I get excited. Go ahead. Sorry. I have something to say later. Go ahead.
So it was me and this other girl who was also sort of on the verge of getting maybe, and turns out we're both gay. So ultimately, this was all an act of homophobia. And we called her up and we were like, "Here's what we did. We're really sorry. We both think we're getting expelled, so we're crying." And she looks as scary as she ever has for a minute, and then starts weeping.
What? No. The Duke of Discipline?
The Duke of Done Wrong, sobbing in front of me. And this is almost verbatim what she said. I think it is verbatim, but, for the sake of accuracy. She goes, I see you too. And I see you trying to walk the straight and narrow. No. And then you go home and your families are falling apart. Both of us are families going through divorce. And she goes,
dragging the Wolsteins.
She goes, you're home and your families are falling apart. And you come to school and you try, but it's the only and I see you trying, and she just like broke down to the point where then like I'm laughing. What's happening?
Oh, Shelby.
Not laughing outwardly, but laughing a little. Okay. How could I not? My family's like not. My parents got divorced when I was in 8th grade. They weren't falling apart anymore. The family was apart. We weren't. We were apart.
It seems like she was zooming out pretty far. Yeah. This feels like a maybe about her kind of thing.
I was taken aback by the absolute. The other girl's family was presently running
by it. Yeah, she really cares. She really cares.
Anyway, she didn't get me in trouble. She was like, "I appreciate you telling me." It's all. And then I every day felt like I owed her my life. Like I would lay down my sword at her feet every day for the rest of senior year. Like I was like, thank you for everything you've done for me and my family. But then I also felt weird every time I saw her because I was like, this woman thinks my life is so truly tragic. This woman sees me down the halls and is moved to tears about the way that my life has gone.
You go home and you sleep on broken glass. And you have to fight the druggies who pass out in the living room.
She had this
Shelby's from a good family. Like your family was, your parents were divorced, but you have a good family. This is kind of insane behavior.
My parents were. It was like I had to address the fact that she thought that when I went home, I lived in. A movie of bad what's that series of unfortunate events film? Right. I'm being passed from count to count.
You go home and your mom injects you with Demerol. Yeah.
She's like, you eat your soup and you check if it's poisoned. And I'm like, what? I was like, oh my God, no, it literally is not that deep. I wanted a smoothie and I decided to get it. Get me in trouble, bitch.
I'm so glad that she was feeling so sentimental that day.
I know. Thank God her and her husband were breaking up or whatever.
Whatever. And ding, ding, ding. And there's Laura's point. It seems like it's her thing. I will say
this reeks of about something else.
I will say this is earlier. I wanted to say this, but Shelby, you had to finish the story, and you were correct. The discipline, the whole power structure at schools and getting in trouble. This is why I get excited when my little cousins get in trouble at school. I'm like, good. They're fucking weird places where kids are taught to be little robots. I think that kids should hit teachers sometimes. No. Look, but they need to fight back at least verbally.
It is bizarre, and especially at a school like that. Were there students on the
there were students.
Council?
Yeah, yes, one from every grade.
Traitors.
Yeah, how were they elected and how were
it was
they
part
treated?
of student council elections was also honor council, and it was the same girl every year, and every year I went to honor council 3 times and saw the same girl, and then would have to face her in class.
I know she's a prosecutor now.
I'd be in science class and be like, hey girl. And then also, by the way, honor council as the accused is sort of a performance. You're having to sell that you feel bad so that you don't get in too much trouble. So I'm weeping in a room full of
That's my little actress.
the judge, the jury, the lawyers, everyone.
The jury of your peers.
Truly.
Truly.
A jury of my peers. And then like sobbing and then having to like play against her in gym class in like badminton and being like, hey girl, catch this shuttlecock.
Laura, what's the biggest you've ever gotten in trouble? Can you remember?
I cheated. Okay, wait. 2 times come to mind.
Come on now. Yes, queen.
Both school things. Family stuff would be different, I guess, but both school things because those are more embarrassing.
Family stuff was really dark. Shelby, I hear you know what that means.
Your insane family.
Family stuff was different, and Shelby, I know you hear me when I say that.
Shelby. I got caught cheating on my final math. I don't even remember what kind of math exam in senior year of high school. A guy who I guess wanted to have sex agreed to toss me a sheet of paper under my desk with the answers on it to the exam. And when he did that, the teacher looked up from across the room and said, yeah, of course, I just saw you do that. This is it. This is a completely silent room. No one is moving. I watched you just pick up a fluttering piece of paper under your desk, and I almost didn't get to graduate.
Whoa,
and they had mercy on me. Yeah, they were like, she's definitely not going to walk, and we might hold her. But like, I was about to have to do senior year again because of how
did you walk
much
though?
I had wronged them. I walked and I graduated.
Queen, that's my fucking queen right there. Yeah.
Shelby and I had this in common. We were cool, baby. And then the second time was in college. Shelby's gone.
Shelby
I walked into I had the University of Tennessee police walk into my dorm room while I was smoking weed.
No, why were they there? Who tipped them off?
My sweet mates.
What a narc ass bitch.
Who Caleb had every right. I was a nightmare. Our room was a nightmare.
I'll change tunes. I love those girls. I love those good citizens.
No, I do hate them to this day. But if I look back on it, I'm like, oh, fuck, that was terrible. But I remember distinctly, I used to be such a messy, disgusting person. I'm better now. Shelby, you left and I thought that you paused and I was like, well, she's just really not interested in what I'm saying. It was like you staring at one corner the entire time and me just being like, she's not reacting.
I want to say I clocked it a little too and I was like, Shelby's being kind of rude, but no worries. I was like, it's a little disrespectful, but I'll tune in.
The story isn't that boring. Oh my God.
No. And so here's what's been happening and why I just decided to leave and not even try and vocalize that I was leaving. I was offended by the way you were talking about my family. No, I lately, so every like 10th Zoom I do, so it's not every time enough where I feel like there's something that can be done, but it's frequent enough that it's annoying. My Zoom will just freeze everyone else, and I'll start by saying everyone else is the problem, as you would.
Yes.
And then all of a sudden I go, wait, everyone's frozen. The problem is me. It takes me a second to look inward in that way.
You know what?
Totally.
I will say, Shelby, I'm so... to realize that the problem is you is a place that a lot of people in our society need to get to and haven't. Thank you for your growth. That's huge.
It's huge.
That's huge.
Yeah.
That's huge.
So then I just was like, you know what? Like, I'll leave and let them sort of like... They're not the problem. I'm the problem. So if I leave,
and sorry, shall we stop? And don't let the work stop here. By the way,
no. Yeah. Digging to see what other problems I might be.
This is the beginning, Laura.
This is the beginning.
This is not the end for you, girlfriend. You have more work to do, miles and miles of it. So keep
and
after
if at any point during this recording you say to yourself, I need to drop out and work on something really quick, like just go, don't even wait.
Laura, I want to thank you for holding that space for Shelby because I actually have more, you see women really pitting themselves against each other these days instead of holding each other up, that was nice to see. Thank you.
Yeah.
Totally. Oh my God.
No. And what's even more embarrassing is that to enjoy your story, I had actually done a bit on my end that ultimately I was frozen for. And so you guys didn't see it. And so I drank a lot of water, not a lot, obviously, based on the size of the thing, but I drank water out of this tiny glass and nobody saw it. And to do that on my own, mortifying. But I was kind of like listening to you and I was like, and then nobody saw it, so it was to myself, which is so much. It's so much worse to
doing
do
a bit when no one.
doing your best bit
to do a bit,
the tiny glass with weird proportions bit, and nobody's watching.
To be like to sort of be like, I'm at a cocktail party listening to a silly story and have nobody see it. It's like, so I'm in my room on Zoom by myself. Nobody sees me or hears me. Drinking water from I don't even know what this glass is.
Doing your best stuff to silence, like you're auditioning for fucking SNL. Just my best shit in complete silence.
I'm like,
Shelby's frozen.
And so
Shelby's frozen right here.
So you thought I was ignoring you, but what was happening was I was pouring the water to do the bit to actively listen with the glass, and Zoom said, this comedy pushes the envelope too far.
You know what? I think Shelby needs some more time to reflect. Why don't we go to a break? So Shelby can reflect?
Thank you.
Because you've got work to do, honey.
Thank you.
Okay, let's everyone rejoin the recording in like 3 or 4 hours. Let's go to break.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, to be honest with you guys, this episode is pretty much brought to you by BetterHelp,
which is online therapy. Relationships take work.
Yeah, that's pretty true. Yeah, I've noticed that too.
Yeah, and a lot of us will drop literally anything to get someone help that we care about. Okay?
So, look, this month, hold on. I just want to say something, Shelby. This month, BetterHelp Online Therapy wants to remind you to take care of your most important relationship. And Shelby, it's the one you have with yourself. Yeah, pretty much.
BetterHelp is online therapy that offers video, phone, and even live chat sessions with your therapist, so you don't have to see anyone on camera if you don't want to.
So true.
Maybe you're having a really bad time and you look like shit. Don't turn your camera on.
Don't turn your camera on. And it's much more affordable than in-person therapy, and you can be matched with a therapist in under 48 hours, by the way.
Under 48 hours? Give it a try and see why over 2 million people have used BetterHelp Online Therapy.
So, look, this podcast is sponsored by BetterHelp, and Keeping Records listeners get 10% off their first month at BetterHelp.com/golden.
That's BetterHelp.com/golden.
That's BetterHelp.com/golden. I'm having such a bachelor's evening. I ordered an Uber for the guy I'm seeing tonight to come to me, and the kind of wine he likes to be delivered at the same time. And I'm feeling very grown up dating right now.
Oh my God. You're going to hop off. You're going to hop off your podcast. You're going to finish up work. You're going to get wine and he's going to arrive. This is that's the most grown up shit I've ever heard in my life.
When Caleb said he had a hard out, he kind of meant it.
Yeah, I mean, I've got a guy showing up. Exactly.
He's got a hard in.
I got hello. Hey, if things go right, he might have a hard on.
I think it's called a harden.
I thought what you were saying was
harden. HARD''N. He's got a harden.
That boy's got a harden on him.
You know what? Laura's from Nashville. She could be saying anything right.
You never know. Someone from Tennessee could be saying anything.
And you're not allowed to ask.
You just go, girl. That is true, bitch.
He sure got a harden.
I feel like that's like a great catchphrase for like a blue collar comedy tour guy to be like, I was doing the New York Times crossword puzzle the other day and it was a harden.
Are we back, by the way?
Yeah, let's be back. We could use all that.
Yeah, just making sure.
Me and Laura workshopping a catchphrase together. Yeah, that could be part of it.
Southern comedy tour catchphrase.
Okay, actually, how fun would it be to take a bunch of liberal comics on a blue collar comedy like satire tour?
Listen, you all need to. We need to go through.
You might be a 5th grader. You just mix up a bunch of their stuff.
If you've got a redneck. Here's your sign. We should really do a Southern tour. It would be fun.
God, that'd be awesome. Play characters the whole tour. That would be. I struggle to think of how we would market and sell tickets to that, but man, whoever came out would have a good time.
I guess what I have in mind is kind of like, have either of you watched Marvelous Miss Maisel?
Yes.
The Jane Lynch character. The Jane Lynch character where she like puts on the fat suit and like is like fully like
What the fuck?
I know.
She's like a Southern plays
Jane
a
Lynch is
Southern
in a fat suit on Marvelous Miss Maisel. Is anyone else listening to this and feeling crazy? I'm like, what is going on?
The character puts on a fat she's not in it the whole time, but as Jane Lynch plays a stand-up that
fat
does.
Suit.
Yeah, I'm like having a hard time explaining exactly what happens because
it's a fat suit within a fat suit within a fat suit.
Yeah. She has on a fat suit as her character, but puts on a much fatter suit for her.
It's sort of fat suit inception. It's a, and most of the time it's a C story, which is really hard to believe.
Think of Jane Lynch sort of like an onion.
You keep peeling off fat suits every season until eventually she's beautiful.
She's gonna know.
She's just a single beating heart, and you're like, oh, she's gorgeous.
Finally,
I love seeing your truest form.
Finally, a woman at the size they should be.
A single beating heart.
Yeah.
Hey, I'd like to. I walk up to it at a bar. The single beating heart's on a stool. I'm like, you come here often? Well, it's actually beautiful because hearts don't have genders.
That's right.
Hey, you beaten just for me? That's what I imagine you would say to it.
Shelby. Shelby Joelle. That was beneath you.
It was beneath and above me.
Do it in a Southern accent and see if I like it. Do it in a Southern accent, Shelby.
Let's hear it.
No. I got shy. I got stage fright.
Come on.
Really quickly. I got stage fright so quickly.
We all kind of leaned in a little bit too,
like,
which is intimidating. Come on.
Shelby?
No, you've seen how my Australian turns Southern quick, and I'm scared that I'm going to do the Southern and it's going to be British.
Shelby goes, the American South. Hey, shrimp on the barbie.
I'm bleeding hot.
You go, that beat's just for me. No. That was
Irish?
That was just went Irish a little bit.
I'm going to leave the Zoom again, but this time it'll be on purpose.
It was Leprechaun. Okay, whoo. Okay, Laura, everyone stop. We are 40 minutes into the episode. Laura, we brought you here for a reason. It's going to have to be a pretty quick one.
Just for me?
She just likes to come back with it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It was really good. It was really good.
Yeah.
It was kind of Texas, real gentleman.
I found it in me somewhere.
Just for me. It's kind of had a little bit of... It had a little Sam Elliott.
It was a little Sam Elliott in Stars Born.
Yeah.
Little Sam Elliott, little McConaughey in there.
A little McConaughey. Yeah.
He's Texas.
We do a 23andMe on Shelby's accent.
She's
got a little.
No, guys, literally stop fucking around. Laura, we brought you here for a reason.
Yeah,
Laura, what all accents can you do?
I'm okay at British. Southern obviously is going to be the only one I'm actually good at.
Go ahead.
I can do Australian.
You can do
if
Minnesota.
I get the right in.
I have a feeling.
Oh, I can do. Okay, wait. I can do. No, that's New York. I can do. What? How do I get to Midwest?
Yeah. She goes. I can
fucking
Minnesota.
do. I can do the Midwest.
Oh, you think you're better than me? I could do Minnesota.
Hey. You talking to me?
From the Midwest.
Hey, you talking to me? Someone who's obviously from Minnesota?
Hey, this is Minneapolis, sweetheart. Or I don't think.
I feel like I have to do a start.
Can make it in Minneapolis, okay?
You've been smoking for 45 years.
In Minneapolis, we're the city that sometimes sleeps, okay?
I thought today that maybe I should start smoking because it would do something cool to my voice.
Listen, that's not true.
God, one of the worst things about being a teenager was how how much I loved having bronchitis because of what it did to my voice.
You guys, oh my God, do you remember? I remember.
Yeah, if you were like a little sick and you were like, all of a sudden I'm sexy. You were like, oh my God, what just happened to me? I'm becoming a woman in front of everyone's eyes. I'm the hottest girl in school.
That's so true. And honestly, that's a time capsule thing. Having a deeper voice in school and showing it off for people.
Being like,
well,
I'm sorry, I'm just a little sick.
Speaking of, Laura, we brought you here to ask you, if we were making a new golden record, what would you put on it?
Okay. A lot of mine were feelings, experiences.
Thank you.
Moments.
Thank God.
I think my number one thing is when you wake up in the middle of the night and you're like, oh, it's 7:30 a.m. Like I'm going to have to be up in like an hour or two, depending. And then you look at your phone and it's like a cool 2:45 a.m.
Ooh, also showing off a little bit of comedian privilege there. That you're like, I might have to get up in 2 or 3 hours at 10:30 a.m.
I wanted to be sensitive to everyone's
normal people listening to this are going to be like, what the fuck? I'm already up at 7:30.
I get up at 2:45 a.m. every day.
I drive a truck at 4 a.m.
No, that really is the most gorgeous feeling in the world because you think you're done. You think it's all over for you.
Yeah, you think you're absolutely finished. It's similar to like being able to, because I was going back and forth between these two, but it's similar to, I just gestured towards my bathroom while I'm saying this, but it's similar to when you like get up and pee and you can immediately fall right back asleep. But just that true feeling of like, I've got a while left in here and you get really snuggy.
Yeah, because the nice thing about being asleep is you're hardly alive.
We get to die every day.
You get to die briefly, and you get to have no problems when you're there.
Another day. Remember that?
You get
Madonna
to
song?
die.
The Madonna song. Die.
Oh, I thought we were making one up.
Oh, no, we can.
I was like, roll with it.
We can. We can. We can. But I was referencing the famous Madonna song.
Madonna, and she's a singer?
I would call her sort of an all-around talent.
This is my new character guy who doesn't know who Madonna is. And and she's
a character called Catch Me Up.
And this is me.
Catch me up on that.
Catch me up on that?
Yeah, would you catch me up on that?
And this is me, someone who would die for Madonna.
Okay, yeah.
Just a singer? You think she's just a singer? She's actually got a League of Their Own. Ever seen it? Actress.
This is my new character, guy who thinks Madonna drove one of the planes on 9/11. Madonna, and she drove one of the planes on 9/11. That's a really good. That would do really well.
The lilt of that 9/11.
She drove the planes on 9/11. No.
Okay, catch me up then.
Catch me up.
Catch me up. I would love to find more out about Madonna. And that's the last name? First name? Middle name? Which name?
Oh, wait. No, Laura, you were so right about what you added to the records 20 minutes ago, though.
I loved
No, there is literally nothing better than I would much rather wake up and be able to go back to bed than sleep through until my alarm. Like, the feeling of being able to go back to bed is better than having a good night's sleep.
That is a very interesting. I think I haven't had a night's sleep where I don't wake up at least a couple of times in many years. So I don't even know what I'm comparing it to. But I like, do you have that? I wake up, it's not like crazy. I'm not up for hours, but I'm like, oh, I'm tossing now and not fully sleeping. But I think you're right because you get
through the night many times, Laura.
Oh my God, Caleb.
Well, that's because Caleb's sleeping through the night is sleeping from 2 to 7 a.m.
Okay, do you keep weird hours?
He's like, I actually don't wake up in the middle of the night. It's like, yeah, you don't sleep long enough for that, babe.
Okay, dragging Caleb's sleep schedule. I love it.
I didn't think it was personal. I was going to say, I didn't really think I had to be sensitive about it because it didn't feel personal.
No, I agree with you though, Shelby. I would prefer to have that experience that Laura's talking about because it feels like I'm stealing from God.
Yes, I'm getting something back.
I've robbed back some time that I wasn't supposed to have.
Some of your dead time.
Yeah.
All we want to do is be like, I want to be dead for 15 more minutes. Like when you wake up, you're like, I don't want to rejoin right now. And if you get the opportunity to where you know you're going to do that for hours at a time, I really think there is no better feeling.
I don't want to rejoin. Waking up is rejoining, and I don't feel like rejoining.
I don't want to do that yet. I want to be in my little world that I've created, that I was just
Dream
in.
world.
Also, similar to this that I thought about, waking up from a dream where you've done something really reprehensible or something really bad has happened.
Yes.
And the moments when you wake up and get to finally realize that that's not actually happening to you.
Yes, like that. It was like kind of a vivid dream where you're like sort of feeling the guilt. Like it's not like you stole a plane from a ferry. Like it's not like so outlandish. It's like you cheated or something, and you're like,
like I hurt my dad's feelings or something.
and you're like kind of trying to apologize, and there's like the dream mechanism of like nobody can hear me when I do, or like every time I try, someone derails my little plan to try and make things right. And so you're like, oh my God, it's like the whole dream is trying to make something right, and then you wake up and you're like, I don't have to make anything right. I was right all along.
I'm a perfect angel. I'm a perfect angel who's never done anything wrong.
What you've described mirrors one of my biggest frustrations in the waking world, which is when someone derails my little plan. I can't stand when someone derails one of my little plans. I get sick to my stomach.
Give me an example of your most recent little plan that got derailed.
Caleb.
Easily.
No, go ahead, Caleb.
I was just going to say, I had dinner plans with a friend the other night, and they brought someone without telling me, and I arrived, and there was a person there that I didn't expect to see. That is derailing one of my little plans.
But so that I think can be considered to be reasonable. Some of derailing Caleb's little plans is what I would call unreasonable, which is like Caleb will call 4 a.m. Thursday morning and be like, let's fly to France. There's a flight in 3 hours. And
but isn't that fun about me?
Yes,
that's really fun.
But then you'll be like, I can't. I have commitments over the next 3 days that would make that an impossible feat. And he'll be like, great. Okay, so I guess you don't even care about. Like, then he gets so upset.
Well, Caleb, Laura, I want to be closer to you.
I was going to say, Laura, which perspective is more fun?
I know. Who's having more fun in this conversation? I want those calls. I want those 4 a.m. calls. I'll go.
I can't tell
I'm
you.
not asking for them to stop. I think I am in the upper percentage of people that say yes. There's just the I think, right?
This really truly, I will say something about me, Laura. You and I are on our journey towards becoming closer friends. And,
yes, love it.
And I'm loving it for us, and we're really gaining some steam. But the only way that people get close to me is exactly what Shelby's saying, which is the percentage of times you say yes when I call you and ask you something completely unreasonable. That's what moves the needle. Anybody who has like hard boundaries cannot be close to me.
People who are like regimented, good luck. Good luck being regimented and becoming close with Caleb.
I'm so excited to break myself down so that I can build up more friends.
If you have like a steady job and commitments that you intend to see through, it will not work with us.
Whatever progress I've made, I'm breaking off my engagement.
Yeah, you can't. I'm sorry, Laura. I actually didn't want to say this, but you can't be committed to someone else when you're friends with Caleb.
I actually felt really strong the other day. I'm proud of myself because someone set a boundary with me and I let them. I didn't challenge it at all. I was like, fly here and see me. And they were like, I can't. I have stuff the next couple of days. And I was like, yeah, I totally understand. And for like a full day, I was like buzzing with confidence. I was like, that was so strong of you. No guilt trip, nothing.
That's your boundary. No, that's beautiful. That's growth. I'm proud.
Anyway, enough about me. As if I mean that. Laura, what's the next thing on your records?
Okay, man, this was an experience of mine, and it is kind of a longer story, but it is so formative and like so embarrassing that I want it recorded forever. I was in the first grade, and I was sitting next to this kid named Richard Howden, and he was like the cool kid. He had like a really fucked up family life. He was Shelby. He was cool as hell. And he was sitting next to me, and he said, we were sitting down, and he was like, it smells like a fart in here. And I was like, oh my God, he said fart. Like, that's the coolest thing I've ever heard. I remember being like, can I just say stuff like that? That's so awesome. And so I was like, yeah, it does smell like a fart. And he was like, maybe somebody shitted. And he said shitted. And I was like, that's the tightest thing I've ever heard. I can't believe you're allowed to say stuff like this.
Just
like, we are killing it. Yeah, I just shitted on him. And the whole day he was sitting next to me, just being like, we were together in homeroom. And he was like, man, it really smells like a fart. I was like, it really does. Like, it's really farty in here. We went to gym. We rode on those little scooter things, the flat ones where you sit. Did you have those things that would like kill your fingers? Yeah. Okay. Rode on those. We went to like religion class. We went several different places. We went to lunch. We came back. We sit back down. And he's like, man, it really still smells like a fart in here. And I was like, man, that's crazy. Like, it totally does. And then I was like, let me just make sure that it's not me that smells like a fart. And I had on these like really billowy Catholic school shorts. They're like, you know, like this wide of a leg. And I snaked my finger up in it. And I had pooped my pants in a way that I could not believe, and had been sitting on it for like 5 different periods of class, running around. I sat down on the little scooter thing, smushed it, sat down at lunch, smushed it. No idea. Didn't go to the bathroom, went into the bathroom. It was like a grown man had pooped into my pants. It was really the most jarring experience of my life. And no one ever found out. But
until today.
Wow. Laura, how did you... I'm sorry. I'm trying to be sensitive. How did you shit
Not
your pants?
No. And I hate to be extremely graphic. I'll try to keep it, but it wasn't like it was like a solid, like it was like a poop that you would take. Like it was like a healthy poop.
Yeah.
Just in there. And I had no idea, and went to multiple classes and sat down on multiple things and didn't know. And the whole day was going like, yeah, somebody really must have done something, you know?
Yeah.
And threw my underwear away and never talked about it again.
I don't want to seem like I'm judging you. I really think this should be studied. I think this is a sociological phenomenon. I think this is fascinating. Like I feel like
Anthropological.
I feel like we just discovered like a new thing about humans.
And that's why it should be in the capsule.
Because I don't find pooping to ever be a completely effortless experience
or an ignorable outcome. I find the outcome of taking a shit to usually be pretty noticeable, especially if I do it in my pants.
And here it is. The outcome is I'm shit. There is shit. That's all. I have made is the.
I produced. I produced. Every time I shit, I go, I produced.
It's infantile. It's like it's a thing that babies do, and then we don't hear about it again. They learn to stop, and then we say that doesn't happen anymore.
It's a level of carefree joy that I commend. You obviously held on to that pretty late in life.
I'm having such a good time. I have so much shit in my pants right now. But the fact here's it pulls it into such short focus for me, because on the one hand was very, very young, right? This was like first grade. How old are you in first grade? Six?
12, 13?
No, you're 13 in 8th grade.
This is my character guy who thinks first graders are 13 years old.
Catch me up on that.
Catch me up on the age of first graders.
Yes. But I was so young, but have such a vivid memory of this. Like it is so sharp in my mind.
Well,
so on the one hand, no control over my bowels, seemingly enough to not notice.
Medically, it would seem like that feels medical. It feels less circumstantial, more medical.
And Laura, I hate, and again, I'm really not coming from a place of judgment at all. You weren't young enough. you were young, but baby, you weren't young enough.
A few years sooner, and this would be a non-story.
We are just 3 years north of non-story.
I am toddling in toddler territory, and I had completely emerged.
3 years sooner, this would have been a non-story. This would have been, people do that when they're that age.
People do.
You know what? It's also another way to think about it is it's about 80 years shy of being a non-story once again. And isn't that beautiful?
Wow.
And isn't that beautiful? Old people get away with murder in terms of shitting their pants.
An old person shits your pants and you literally you have to just be like,
Old people will walk free when they shit their pants. They get away with absolute murder.
I mean, even high schoolers are like, we'll be nice about this. You know?
Exactly.
I once was
You can't make fun
doing
of
like volunteer hours at an elderly home, and we were playing bingo with them.
Oh,
and
okay, brag. Okay, a charitable queen.
a cool
I was
high school
once-
philanthropist.
I once this was
helping
years
the-
ago, but I was volunteering at an old person's shelter.
This was years ago.
This was years ago, but of course I never forget the acts of service I've done. I was volunteering at
I had a blast. It was fun for me and for them. It's one of those times where giving really is it's a gift to yourself and to others. But I love to give a gift, but I and receive. And no, the person I was sitting at a table of like 4 elderly people, and one of them had like fully just let loose on everything.
They went Laura mode.
They went full peak, and
They did a peek. They did a peekaboo.
They went full peak.
Peeking.
They went full Everest on this bitch, and which is to say they were peaking. And there was so many high schoolers in the room, and none of us said a word. Like it was just like B7, like B7. Anyone have B7? You just continue playing the game, and anyone else, if that person was 8 years younger, we would have absolutely had their fucking head on a platter. Be like, this motherfucker shit their fucking pants.
This 58-year-old guy.
But instead, we're just like
terrified.
Your numbers. You're being
best
faced.
case is that it comes for us. Yeah.
Exactly.
Best case is that we get to that point.
That's so true. The reverence for your future self, shitting your pants during
You're just
bingo.
like, now that one's not funny. This one has no humor in it for me. I'm bummed by this one. I'm literally bummed out by this.
I would if I was in the room and that happened, I would have had to speak on it. I can't not tell the truth.
And I love that about you. That's actually one of your strongest and most powerful qualities.
If ever there was a time to roast me, it was when I said that, and instead you went earnest, which makes me look such a fool. You've forced me to play the fool, and I'll never forget it.
And no one forces me to play the fool.
The Duke of Discipline shall not play the fool. Laura, what is next on your so far incredible record?
Thank you so much. I mean, we're just talking about some serious emotions I've had. Okay. I have 2 they don't go together. That's ridiculous. But I have 2 that I'm excited about.
Try and make them go together.
Okay. Wait, I feel like I could. Perfect plate of. I actually can. I found the connection. Perfect plate of cacio e pepe.
Okay, and then you shitting your pants for a second time.
Yeah. Okay. Always pooping. Always be pooping.
ABP.
Classic.
Perfect plate of cacio e pepe mixed in with the movie The Holiday.
Okay.
Because Jack Black makes her that big plate of Alfredo when she's feeling down. Have we seen the movie?
I've seen the movie. I actually watched it recently again. Like I'd seen it before, but I rewatched it for the first time in enough of a gap where I did forget the details, you know?
That movie does something to me that I'm not proud of, but it happens every time. And I find myself craving it. Holidays start and I go, what is this feeling? I got to throw on The Holiday with Cameron Diaz and Jude Law.
Everyone has that movie. The holidays start. The feeling of the holidays gets in the air. You see your first like Toyota Christmas commercial or whatever the fuck triggers it for you. And for me, it's when I get that holiday feeling deep in my soul, I gotta throw on The Family Stone.
Oh, I watched The Family Stone for the first time this year.
So did I. And I gotta tell you, it got to a part where everyone in the room kind of looked at me and said, oops.
Yeah, it is. I do recall.
Wouldn't you rather have a normal child? Was it this?
No, believe it or not. Believe it or not, it was a different part.
Believe it or not, both kind of came through.
Oh God.
No, there was the ill parent of it all that sort of made the room go. And then sort of by the time you get to that, you're in the movie. It doesn't happen right away. And they were like, we could watch something else. It's like, whoa, we're 45 minutes into this. Of course, we're going to finish it.
And I'm very sad, but I'm enjoying it very much. You're going to have to put up with whatever emotions I have while we watch this.
But that was the first time I'd ever seen it.
Oh, I saw it for the first time this year. I had COVID over Christmas. And I was alone. Special. I was quarantining in my brother's house. Little COVID Christmas on Christmas night and watched it. And actually, a friend had recommended it to me. I had kind of a sick parent situation as well. And she texts me 30 minutes in and she goes, oh shit. I'm sorry. There's like this subplot. I'm like, it's not even a subplot. It's like the main thing.
It feels like a subplot because so many things happen before they even address it.
Right.
Let me tell you, pretty much anyone that Shelby and I have talked to in the last year have had at the time or pretty soon after developed a sick parent problem. And I'm starting to think that we have
a power
that we didn't
a dark power. Our dark power.
Is it guesting on this podcast? Well, my mom will be healed after.
Yeah, if you come to us on the day of your parent being sick, they'll be healed. If you come to us on the eve of your parent being very, very healthy, I got bad news for you.
I got bad news. She's going downhill. She's going downhill fast.
It is so special that you made time for a movie during COVID Christmas. I'm glad you took time for yourself like
Have
that.
a very COVID Christmas.
Where
it was so sad. Got positive test result Christmas morning and said,
Queen.
Time to hunk.
Oh my God, to run down. Oh God, that is such a warm memory. To run down the stairs on Christmas, look under the tree and find your positive COVID test.
We all remember it.
A little COVID ball with all its little spikes.
One year, the only thing I asked for was a positive COVID test, and my parents did this super funny thing where they got me a bunch of gifts. They got me a bunch of gifts I didn't care about, and then when I was kind of disappointed and they could tell, they said, go to the garage. And I went to the garage, and I had a positive COVID test out there.
There it was.
Yeah.
There it was.
It's so beautiful.
After I had hugged and kissed every person in my family because of the gifts.
Yeah.
Kiss them on the mouth. That's what my family does. They said, now go to the garage. Now go to the garage. And I found out I was positive for COVID. Whole family, too.
God, it's so special that... It's so special that.
It's so special that.
It's so special that.
It's so special that.
Everyone remembers the first Christmas they got COVID.
This speaking in that accent has me asking a question that I'm upset that I'm asking live because I do know that it makes me sort of like a serial killer. Do you guys ever get like
fish and chips? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Do you guys ever get like 20 minutes into a drive and realize you have not put any sound on in the car?
Yes.
And that is some serial killer shit.
And then you're like, oh. You're like, oh God. Today that happened to me, and then I was like, I found myself, the thoughts in my head were in British, and so I started.
Oh, you were losing it.
I was like, she's got to get home and get to bed.
No, listen. When that happens, she has a rich inner monologue. This is all this means is that you can't even focus on the fact that nothing's happening around you because of how loud your dumb thoughts are. I realized that there was, when I left Tennessee, I came back and was in a car with a friend, and she said, she was like, oh, this is a joke we always make about you. And I was like, what? And she was like, every time you get into Laura's car, it's either completely silent or it's NPR at like an almost inaudible.
And I love that. About Laura.
There's nothing worse than the prefix of a sentence being, this is what we make fun of you for behind your back. Like, this is when we talk about open. You. Someone texted me the other day and was just like, I forgot to make fun of you for something today. And I was like, go ahead and finish this sentence.
That's really nice.
Go ahead and finish your fucking sentence, you psycho bitch. Now I'm running through everything I did in the day.
There were a number of times.
There was a lot of things I did, huh?
There were a number of times in high school when I would do a closing shift at Applebee's after having gone to school all day. And I would drive the 15 minutes home at 12:30 or 1 a.m. or whatever time it was. And I would 15 miles through town, through the country, out to where we lived at the time. And I would park in the driveway. And then I would have been sitting there for 4 minutes, just exhausted. And I would go, oh, I don't recall making that drive. And there was no music. And I I don't know how I got here. Like I was
Transported.
Yes.
I transported.
Yes. The drive home in your hometown.
Yeah.
That was the most automatic thing in the world. And you would just completely shut off for 30 minutes at a time.
I could have killed dozens of people. I have no idea.
You probably did.
I used to drive to school in Vermont. In college, I drove from Ohio to Vermont by myself.
Every day.
And I would always do it in one day. Every day.
She commuted
for class.
every day. She
didn't make it to either destination.
Yeah.
She was just going to sleep.
My parents didn't want me to live in the dorm, so I lived at home in Cleveland, and I commuted to Vermont. And no, but there would be like hour-long patches where I would be like, and I was unconscious. I don't remember it. I couldn't tell you what it looked like. I couldn't tell you if I passed a car, if I had a thought. Unique or otherwise, like I was literally like I must have been asleep. I must have slept and driven in an resting state.
So funny.
There's got to be
so funny that.
So funny that.
You know what's funny about that?
You know what's funny about that? That. Laura, we have come nearly to the end of our time. What all did we miss from your records? Do you want to tell us about them?
Okay, yeah, I'll run through this. I also have one thing that I want to throw away.
Yeah, and we want to hear it.
Easily. We're going to hear
it. Okay. This is one of my favorites. When you see a guy who looks like he would really suck, but then he does something kind of nice, but like something small, like give like an older lady a seat on a train, or like smile at a kid in like a vulnerable way, and you go, hey, listen, maybe you're all right. And it's hot to me.
That's so hot.
Yeah.
But also, I
don't
know if you suffer from this infliction, Laura, but the guy you described, and then you haven't seen him do anything nice, also hot to me.
My type.
Yeah. Where he doesn't have the redemption arc, also my type.
Yeah. Honestly, hotter. I've got a harden right now. Okay.
Laura Peak's Harden Tour.
That's the name of the app? Okay.
Name of the
Chicken
tour.
Tenders and Ranch from Nashville Shores Water Park. My first job. Hard to explain, but really a moment.
Oh, we know. We can tell.
Yeah, I already have it in my head.
The shitty chicken tenders that were like more bread than they were chicken, dipped in a packet of ranch.
God damn.
On a summer night in Tennessee. Unbelievable. That thing that people do, really, really sweet people do, where when they're laughing, you've made them laugh, and they're not really audibly laughing that hard, but they reach in and they touch your arm to kind of like brace themselves against the laughter. That one's very sincere and very hot.
Also hot. And beautiful.
The Kim Cattrall scat video, which I've heard has been brought up many times.
And we want it mentioned as many times as it can be. It's one of the funniest things that exists.
Listen, I know that you will then ask me to do it, but please just trust me that I've memorized it.
Do it now.
Mama Kippy Abo, Santa Rapatable. I can't.
No, go. I want it.
That Latin quote. UJ, Safasure.
Yeah, Safasure.
Oh, keep going.
And he looked at all the he-dogs.
And winked at all the she-dogs. The town never knew such a hullabaloo as that little dog made till the end of that day.
And then what does she say about her husband? She says they feel each other.
He goes,
sorry guys, 1 sec.
He's double checking. He's checking my work.
Wait, that's his little date. That's his.
Hold on. I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you said. What did you say?
Oh yeah, I'm right out front with your Jerusalem Liquors order.
Oh, the wine.
The wine's arrived.
Yeah, the wine's arrived.
Okay, 1 moment. I'll be right down.
Okay, sounds good.
Thank you. Okay, don't go anywhere, guys. I'll be right back.
Okay, take your time.
The wine is here. I'm losing my mind.
The wine has arrived.
I'm right here with your liquor order.
I was hoping it was going to be the guy.
Me too.
And he had both things.
I think he put it on speaker.
Might need my ID.
It wasn't the guy. Might need my
ID. So how many people have brought up the Kim Cattrall scat video?
You will be lucky. Everyone? Number 3.
Oh, I love it.
A perfect number. Perfect. The comedy. This is the 3rd. So
I was trying to think of, I think I have 2 favorite videos on the internet. And if I went back further, it would definitely be more. But my other favorite one, which is what I wanted to bring up, but I don't know if people have seen it, is a video of like a British pop group that I don't even know their names, but it's all women. and they're playing
Spice
a game
Girls.
on like a.
It's the Spice Girls.
That's so hard. I was born in 1941.
It's this British pop group, all girls, British,
It's all girls,
Pop
and they had
group.
they had these interesting names.
and all of them sort of had their own vibe. Spice Girls.
A different thing going on. Laura, you're talking about the Spice Girls.
Did you know of the Spice Girls, Ginger's is the only spice?
Wow, deep, Shelby, and true. Very true.
I started
got it.
crying.
Lines.
I got it. I did it, folks.
I did it.
You nailed it.
I nailed it. What did I miss? Were you guys talking shit?
No, not
Laura
at
was
all.
telling
We're
me how
talking
she
about-
doesn't know who the Spice Girls are.
That's not.
I don't really either.
I don't. Who does?
I don't really either. Everyone's like, "Oh my god, if you were born," and I'm like, "I don't. I was born around the time I should have known, and I don't really know.
I guess I wasn't born. I don't know.
I'm too young. I'm too young. I don't know."
I was trying to allude to this other video of these women, this British pop group, and I don't know their names, but it's all women, and they're on this they're on like a British like game show, and they have to do an accent, and then the other group members have to guess what the accent is.
Yeah.
And it's a little bit sensitive, but
I
it's
bet.
a white woman, and she gets Jamaica. She's like, do a Jamaican accent, and this
I would kill
woman
it.
does this exact thing. She goes, oh, how do you? That's literally exactly what she does. It is the best video on the face of the planet.
Go absurd. Go absurd. And you can't get canceled.
Eyes roll
She goes, if you absolutely make no fucking sense, no one will
They
call
can't
you
say anything.
problematic.
exactly. I'm gonna send it to you immediately after this.
She's
I really
like,
wanted to put it on.
ba-da-pa-pa. You guys know.
It is.
Ba-da-da. Guess this country. Ba-da-da.
I'll send it to you guys immediately after this. Okay, what else was on my list? Hopping out of the pool at your friend's birthday party for a quick bite of a ruffle and onion dip in the year 2000.
Perfect.
Big for me.
A perfect image, by the way.
Ooh.
Oh, you're soaking wet. You dry your little hand off. That Kroger brand onion dip right into it from a ruffle right into your mouth. The movie Rat Race, which you may have talked about before.
We
I don't
did
know,
once.
One of my faves.
We did once.
Love Rat Race. And then finally, a Camel cigarette
Oh,
because I love them.
Because I love them. Because I love them and I'm addicted to them.
That's right. I'm gonna need one in outer space or whatever the hell.
Yeah, fuck. I hope they get addicted to cigarettes. God, they'd be so cool. Imagine aliens coming down and being like, what do you guys do down
Y'all are
here
dumb.
for fun?
y'all are fucking dumb, dude.
They go, what do you guys do around here for fun?
That-
They go, that heartbeat just for me.
Does that heartbeat, lady?
Lady, please.
Hey, lady. Hey, lady.
No
That
one says
heartbeat
that
just for me.
Lady.
Hey, lady. Hey, my pretty little lady. They call all humans ladies.
Well, and wouldn't
It's
that be
not-
sort of powerful?
It's not gendered. Ladies to them is people. They're like, this is what people are called. Okay, Laura, last thing. What is something you would delete from the records?
So I've thought long and hard about this, and I'm pretty proud of it. The thing I would delete is when you have a really good picture of yourself and you post it or whatever, and one of your friends says, "Oh, I didn't even recognize you."
God damn it.
Go fuck yourself.
God damn it. I can't believe
Electric chair.
Recognize me, bitch. That's me looking my best.
Yeah, that is saying you are ugly almost all the time.
That goes, whoa, this is crazy. You look good for once.
You actually kind of look nice. That falls in. Actually, same thing. One time, my friend told me that an outfit I was wearing was actually really cute. I was like, if you ever throw an actually into a compliment for me,
It's the qualification of a just fucking compliment me. You can leave the qualification at home. You can think it in your
Actually.
head. Like, I didn't even recognize you. No, you recognized me because you know it's me. You're commenting on it, your friend, and you wouldn't be commenting on it if it wasn't me, your friend.
exactly, straight up mean. And the actually thing could mean one of two things. One, it could mean you actually look good and you never look good, or like all of the elements of your outfit actually suck, but somehow it actually looks
works.
nice. Like there's
You've
no
struck gold on
redeemable-
accident. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like you could never have done this. Somehow the fates have put something good in your hands, but it is nothing to do with you. You stupid.
She's like, don't
bitch.
question it.
Yeah.
Wow. No, you're right. I that is also there just are. If you're lucky to be photogenic, which I am, and I think both of you are as well.
You both are. Actually.
Sometimes there are going to be pictures where you look significantly better than you do in real life, and I don't ever need you to say that to me.
What I need you to say is, this looks exactly like how you look all the time, and it's hot.
Yeah.
I need that verbatim commented on the picture.
Yes. And there are subtle differences in the way people comment. Like I've noticed that people will comment, "You look hot," versus
"You are hot."
You are hot. You're hot.
Yeah, this is some detective work that needs to be done. I need people taken to court over some of these.
Yeah, I'm sensitive and I'm ready to think about it too much.
I'm sensitive and I'm ready to think about it too much. That's the tea. Look, I'm weak and I'm thoughtful, but tread lightly.
I'm thinking.
Yeah, so you choose your words carefully when you talk to me and comment publicly in a way that I can read it apart, piece by piece, day after day.
Be gentle with me. I dare you.
Laura, we had so much fun with you that we literally forgot to do the whole premise of the pod for a big chunk of it.
Hey,
and that's
that
something
was
to be
really,
celebrated.
really, really fun. That was really fun.
And I think the only way to make it up to our listeners is if you would tell them where they can find you.
That would be nice of me to do for them. I am on Instagram at Laura Peak Comedy, PEEK, and Twitter, Laura Peak, PEEK, also _
Amazing and hot.
And Laura Peak performed in Cleveland about 2 months ago, and I have talked to so many people in Cleveland who happened to be at that show, little did I know, and all have something nice to say about her, not knowing that I know her.
And they're right.
That's really nice. That's really nice. I love
Laura
Cleveland.
has canceled every plan we've made together, so I'm sort of
okay, dragged here.
Air it out.
Yeah, I'm complimenting Laura now because I can't do it in person because she's canceled every plan we've ever had.
This is so awkward. Yikes. We got to go. Cut the episode. Cut the episode. It's over. Bye, Laura. You were great. Let's get out of here.
Bye, Laura. We love you.
Love you more.
That was a HeadGum original.